Hey folks, I'm back, and as I promised, we'll do a few full missions right here with Marty Lee Chunks. I don't know his name,
The
Marty
name's
Chunks.
Chonks, Marty Chonks. I run the bitchin' dog food factory around the corner. I got money trouble,
Yeah,
but
it's
hey,
a love
doesn't
media
hurt.
property, I
I'm
guess.
meeting my bank manager later. He's a crooked bastard that keeps bumping up the loan repayment so he can cut a slice. Take my car, pick him up, and bring him back here. I got a little surprise for that blood-sucking leech.
Ah, so you claim that this guy is stealing your money, basically. Well then, sure, why not? So the problem with this mission is that most of the cars that this guy gives us is pretty slow and boring, and the only challenge is basically just do not break the car, do not destroy it, or uh, deal with it with the same way as the game orders you to do. And then that's it, really. So we have this perennial, probably the slowest car in the whole game, and wait, he's not that far away, but still, it just this mission to me really tedious.
Seriously, damage your credibility. Oh, Mr. Trump sent you, eh? Let's go and pay the fellow a visit.
Whatever you say, man. Maybe I can make make these missions a bit challenging if I use the top-down camera for nostalgic reasons. And I hit something which I was not aware of. I know in GTA 2 and even 1 that if the character was hidden under something, so the player couldn't see where he's going, a arrow appeared as the character, so he could have been easily followed. And yeah, you have to wait for the whole cutscene to see him walking to that goddamn factory. Really, I don't know why it should take this long. And here we go, he turned into a freaking dog food, and it's probably the best example Claude why soulless and evil and has no personality, just lust for money and power, basically. Really, these missions are so placed on the same samples that all of them just being really generic and forgettable. I don't even understand why did Grocery Games remove the top-down view camera. I mean, yeah, some people were complaining about it the time the game released, or the ones who never played the original 2D era games. But I think it was a nice addition, just giving some nostalgia vibes from the originals. And also it's kind of useful in speedruns for removing the traffic from the lanes if you wanted to travel a bit faster, yeah. I don't even know if it's worth it to save in these between these missions. I mean, Elburo's missions are at least fun, but these just super tedious. Alright, here we are. What's the next mission, man? Nothing, because it's over 7 AM? I mean, PM? Man. You know, while I'm not doing Marty's missions, it will be better addition to this video if I do some missions for Elburo. At least I can have a nice race here. And I know there's a Banshee in the car store, but it's used very often from other YouTubers, so I think its starting will be a bit better, which is mostly the second most used car in this mission.
Get yourself some wheels, and first through all the checkpoints wins the prize.
And that's what makes me a somewhat member of the Diablos, I guess. Since El Burro is the leader of this gang. And I think it's a very smart idea to not meet Claude personally, in person, because, for example, King Courtney, who was in GTA Advance, had some personal meeting with this Mike guy, and things didn't turn out to be good. He almost killed him. And you know what? Screw the rules. I don't care about them. Because I'm a sneaky bastard, alright. And at least the interesting part could happen. And really, now they want to reach me again? I mean, I know that those cheetahs, that's what they driving, are indestructible. The only way to actually get them if you run over them with a tank, and really that's it. You just push one of those cars into a garage and they'll be fixed, I guess. But the problem is that if I'm right, during this era or time in the story, heat level 6 can't be reached. Maybe when the third island is opened, if I'm right. And yeah, that was the same thing in GTA 2. Again, in Downtown District, I guess that was the name. Only heat level 4 was available. The later part of the city that I forgot its name was the 5 stars, and the last part, the industrial district, was having the army at the top if you cause some troubles. And it goes the same in GTA 3, I guess. And I remember that video where I tried to complete the mission with a freaking fire truck, and it didn't work out. I can tell you, I tried super hard, especially after Salvatore's death, which we all know, this whole area basically inaccessible. You'll be blessed with shotguns with no time, and the other gangs are also attacking you, especially if you do the whole mission after the main plot. So yeah, Claude is probably the most hated main character. He has really too many enemies all over the map. He can't even leave his home in Shoreside, since the cartel is aiming at him with AK-47s. If the AK in this game is an actual AK-47, but I don't know, the AK in this game performs way closer to the MP5, which makes sense because that's what all these SMGs were based on later in the game, later in the franchise. Well, hello Burro, come on, tell me what's your business, what you want to offer.
Exotic entertainment business with nothing but the sizable contents of my leather pants.
Okay.
And No Goods has threatened to remove my starring member if I don't pay them a cut. They threatened the wrong man, amigo. They have a weakness for the ice cream. Pick up the bomb I've hidden in Hardwood, hijack the regular ice cream van on its rounds, and lure these fools to their doom with the jingly jingly. They hide in a warehouse on Atlantic Key.
Okay, so some businessman wanted their cut, or claimed their cut, for leather pants, which El Burro produces or owns, and he doesn't want to give a share, so it's better if he deals with them with a freaking ice cream truck or van. And it's really fun that this mission actually shows you the where a ice cream truck is instead of just increase the spawning variety, I guess, number. I mean, in GTA 3, ice cream trucks spawns pretty often. I mean, some people say that these cars are super rare, but in free roam I always meet some of them. Especially in the definitive edition. I mean, they are literally everywhere. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that play the sound. That in the definitive edition, there are way more cars spawning on the roads and streets than in the original version. Since it technically performs better, so it's capable to have more NPCs on the streets as well, so as the cars. Yeah, it makes sense in some way. Alright, I'm here. So enjoy the show, guys. I'm sure you guys are excited for this delicious ice cream. I love that I can't control the camera for some reason. Have a good one. Nice. And I don't know, I heard the theory or that GTA 3 beta or alpha concept article that these cars, not cars, these so-called gangsters or mafia members actually from the Zaibatsu mob who could have been part of the game but got removed later. But it will make sense, that gang is kind of crazy and goofy in some ways in GTA 2, except in the later part of the game, the last chapter where every gang is mentally insane, especially the Russian Mafia. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if that gang appeared in GTA 3, especially that in tone kind of feels like closer to GTA 2, not because 3 is not futuristic like that game was, but it has a really gritty, satire and cynical look on America. But again, I think GTA 2 and 3 are really atmospheric games. It's enough to look at the concept arts. If I'm right, El Burro has 2 missions left and one of them is a bit harder. I remember that in this mission I nearly died. Because the triads are really organized, let's just say that. Especially if you are burning their people in their place.
I've hidden a throbbing weapon on the edge of Chinatown. Take it and teach these triad vandals to fear El Burro's well-endowed wrath. Arriba!
Sure, arrivederci. Whatever. I'm here to getting paid, not because I care. And I love that I always play some copyrighted music. I mean, it's kind of original from... not original, but no... It's kind of silly that... not silly, but interesting that GTA 3 songs weren't removed through the years. Maybe because this music were pretty underground and not well known from the artist, the music and any other stuff like this, except Flashback FM. So expanding, rewriting the licensing, and yeah, basically expand their time. Was way more cheaper, so Rockstar had no problems with it to reuse the same songs. Unlike in Vice City and San Andreas, where a lot of the music were cut it out for licensing issues and money. Despite that, how many profit they have from GTA Online, even if they had to um, rebuy the music from every GTA, because sure they could do that. I mean, even Liberty City Stories got released on iOS and Android. But then again, GTA 3 and Liberty City Stories really don't have much memorable music, except for Flashback FM maybe. And for Vice City Stories, it's one of the best GTA games I ever played. But yeah, Phil Collins and his appearance was really an expensive thing back there, and it will be just even more harder to complete this for our modern times, or just the greed of Rockstar nowadays. And I heard that one of the former employees or developers from GTA 5 said that this game won't be as good as people expecting it, since alright, that turned out to be really well, and after this mission the whole Triad gang is against me. It makes sense, burning people alive on the street could have some avenge manners after that from the opposite side. So what I was trying to say is that the former developer said GTA 6 could be a bit closer to 5, and people don't have to expect him much stuff. Well, it's either a lie and just wants to cool down the fans to not get super excited, because he said it might be disappointing. Well, the problem is that I really don't like GTA 5. I have one attempt to play the story, but after Trevor was unlocked, I do a few missions, but I just gave up on it. I didn't like the tone of the game, how some characters treated each other, and it's all just felt really super comedic and not interesting. That's the worst thing. I mean, San Andreas wasn't super serious and dramatic, but when it was, it really added to the tone of the game. In GTA 5, I feel like they just brought everything that worked in San Andreas, or very few things from 4, and just erase everything. And everything was just based on the heists. And I don't know, I feel like Michael was meant to be as a protagonist, but they had the idea that, wait, we should have more playable characters, as we tried in GTA San Andreas but never worked out. So why don't we use this idea? Same goes to the first person camera view. They reuse some ideas from the past and achieve it, but the lack of interiors, restaurants were cut it out, a lot of side activities, there was no dating system, and a lot of choices you made really didn't return in the later part of the story, and earning money was really hard to do if you don't do the main mission. I mean, side missions didn't give you much cash, or owning properties didn't work out as well, unlike in Vice City Stories, and San Andreas, or even Liberty City Stories. You had some assets in these games and just pick up the money icon or get it the cash at some time. So yeah, it wasn't very good. And just really, I didn't feel any fun during playing GTA 5. So as the open world area, I don't know. I don't think that it was capable to overtop GTA 4's realistic yet fun gameplay with its storytelling, especially that that game also had a really good sense of humor with the conversations Nico and Roman had in cars, especially when they were drunk, and with any other friends. And it all just felt like an actual action movie with little story that people don't have to spend much time to think about it. I mean, the most interesting part of the story is we all know, the contrast between Trevor and Michael and the events of the past, and how Michael trying to covering the whole thing up and shown himself as some kind of opportunistic bastard, but Trevor can be loyal and even friendly in some way, but he's mentally unstable due to the drugs he consumed and probably his previous life or childhood. And Franklin, he's just there. Just a guy who wants to leave the ghetto, so as CJ did, but nothing really interesting after that. And I'm sure there are players who don't see GTA 5 in this level of surface as I do, but I really couldn't bring myself into that game to replay it. I didn't miss this one. I think the closest thing that I have fun, which can be rely on GTA 5, is the Ballad of Gay Tony. It's not my favorite GTA after all, not at all, but having GTA 4's map with more opportunities and cooler weapons, it was fine, but again, in that game, everything was lighthearted, more funnier. I think GTA 4 should have been a game changer, adding this realistic, darker tone of the series. And really that's it. But some fans didn't like that back in the day, so Rockstar tried to be safe and brought a new San Andreas experience. Because in San Andreas the cities were really detailed and fun, but the countryside was almost abandoned. There's a huge area where nothing was, just emptiness and a few villages and small towns. So yeah, it was kind of concerning. And if we're talking about GTA 6, so what, it will be just GTA 5, a bigger size GTA 5 on Vice City. I know that it has 3 functional cities with NPCs that way more interactive than before. Or rather, we have a GTA 5 with Red Dead Redemption 2 elements in terms of interactivity, side content and encounters, while the storytelling, then the pacing will be action filled and not so complex in storytelling. I do believe it will be interesting if our characters, I heard a leaked information that the way you interact with your main characters, Jason and Lucia, I think that's the 2 characters' main name, first name, that if you want to be rude with another, they might act the same towards you, and who knows, maybe it might affect on the ending, where maybe Lucia attacks Jason and betrays him, so as Catalina did with Claude. Okay, so the thieves are gone, they were hired to cause some trouble, and that's it. But really, my expectations for GTA 6 to have a huge fun map where all these fun interactions could happen, while the main story stays grounded and realistic, so as GTA 4 did, because the open world experience there was kind of fun. It has lack of customization and the map was way smaller, but at least the world was breathing. The same goes to Red Dead Redemption. Even though my interaction with Red Dead Redemption mostly was fishing and going out hunting, and while the story was really good and the characters have reacted to certain missions and talk about it and the chapter they are in, I believe that this mission, that game felt really alive outside of it. But I really didn't try to interact with the people. I saw some videos that if you shot them in the heart or the guts, they bleed out slowly with unique animations and voice lines even. But talking with them is just having some conversation that you can roast them until they gets mad and attacking you. Yeah, that's it. I don't need to spray this car since it's pretty much ugly. Whatever. And now I can steal this car. And as long as this door is open, I can enter it, right? Yeah. It's kind of hilarious. But I guess I can't return here, isn't it? Yep. I messed it up too. I was talking about too much on GTA 6 despite it did not release yet, and I'm just too judgmental. And I'm not a real fan since I haven't played my shark cards on GTA Online, the game that I don't care, even if the community made a better work with the RP roleplay servers, where a bunch of interiors were added that wasn't in the original game. But I'm sorry, I think 5 is a bit hyped, and that's why it's interesting how the legacy of GTA 4 increased or became, since we all know what happened. A lot of people started to complain about 5, and they started comparing it to 4's mechanics and world building, from story to characters, and it became a really common thing between fans to start appreciating more, especially when 5 and more likely online became so profitable for Rockstar that they didn't develop any games other than LA Noire, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 later. I mean, in the 2000, that was the 3 games that released, and in the 2020s, the Definitive Edition that wasn't really satisfying towards us. So yeah, it was crazy. Okay, now I have a silly idea. What if I find a cop, I'm blasting him, and hoping that he might want to arrest me, but he can't open this car. You know, it would be a really nice addition. No! Yes, you can do anything, and now he's just waiting there. You know, it would be even more fun if... Yes! Yes! That's it. They don't even try to do anything. They got depressed and got lost. Look at this guy. I think the game... You're going down, love you. I love these glitches. Move him out of here. I think they're waiting for the script to... where the player gets the busted title. So, if I want something in GTA 6, is the thing that players should be capable. The players should be capable to lock their doors. So something similar like this could happen. This guy running in circles, and the AI completely messed itself up because I did something that it wasn't meant to be. Where's mine, punk? Alright, I'm going to have my time here. Don't move a muscle. Well, these cops are truly enthusiastic if they don't want to move a thing. And that's it, they're just walking back to home. Come on. try it again.
You're under arrest. Take him out.
He gets tired and just wants to go home.
Police department.
I never knew how brutal these guys were until this point. It's super high. Oh god, oh no. Well, that's not good. But I think that's what I call karma. Ah. The problem is that I didn't see the car smoking. I mean, the engine. You know, I kinda like the small details, like when you complete El Burro's missions, then you get something interesting here. Some magazines, the burro here, or a mule, and well, sexy beast. I think that explains a lot that I don't want to say on YouTube. It's crazy out here. I think he got a bit scared if it's a Mugo thing. How did they draw this line? I mean, okay, the blood stopped there. I mean, got stuck. I kind of get it. But how did they draw the corpse's line there? It's kind of surreal, but I think it's gold. It's kind of funny that in Chatterbox, Maria's already talking about Claude, despite he didn't even met her yet. I mean, yeah, I understand, the whole Chatterbox radio is just one long ass audio file where the point is that certain characters talking while the player could have some fun by listening it. But it should have been more realistic if they using that script after that certain mission. Same for Tony Ciprian is complaining about his mom. We don't know who he is until we meet him. So hearing his voice earlier kind of spoils a little bit, but I think it still makes more sense than using Maria here. Because who else could be Maria's boyfriend? Salvatore? No, of course not. He's a bit, you know, not happy with her. Let's just say that. So complaining like this that I like him but he doesn't talk much, it's really not to his character. Can I make a jump here? Woo! Damn. Oh, come on, really? Really? I thought at least it can stand on its wheels. Who cares? I mean, in these missions I always have some cars that I need to drive, so what's the difference? Yeah, sure, Psycho Killer, I'm already here. Not even the game gives you a marker. And it's floating in midair, that phone booth.
My wife has an insurance policy and all she's ever been to me is a hole in my pocket. I've left the car in the usual place. Go and pick up my wife from Classic Nails and bring her back to the factory.
Oh, so she doesn't add any cash into your apartment, so it's the better way, instead of talking to her, negotiating your differences, or what you find fair or not. No, you just want to kill her. I mean, what's the logic on this? I think this guy just looking for a reason to kill, which could satisfy his psychotic views, or lust, and desires. Well, hi there. Come on, get in. Classic Nails. Yeah, sure. It will be a really healthy conversation with you and him. I bet you won't regret it. If I'm right, that Reed Tucker guy who's talking in this radio with Laszlo is an actual person who's not only a good friend of Laszlo, but has some kind of part in developing the games, I guess. I mean, he's not only just a media head. Well, see you later, girl. In the dog food can. Well, that was nice and super romantic. I'll see you at the Oscars Awards. Okay, now I just need to dump this car into the river, or in the lake, or the ocean. Okay. The problem with this mission is that since Claude is not capable to jump out the any moving car, so I need to push the car into the river or water, but I don't want to get on the top and sink in the poisonous water. I like this explanation in the lore that's why Claude can swim here, neither Cipriani. I mean, in the water you really don't have much to explore, except a few rocks where hidden packages can be found, but really that's it. Alright, last mission, and I can take these 4 missions away and actually progressing in the story, or just meeting some interesting folks, such as Michael Madsen, because that's the guy who's voicing Cipriani. I only know him from Donnie Brasco. That's a really good movie starring with Al Pacino and Johnny Depp.
He's got real angry, and he's looking for payback. I've agreed to see him. He thinks I'm gonna pay him off, but my guess is Liberty's dogs are gonna get yet another flavor this month.
If you say so. I just need to find that car and that's it. Okay, that was an interesting way to park my car, but he seems too cool with it. Sure, he's a creep, and you seem to get used to this neighborhood, so I think Carl will be a fine man to meet with him. Well, the final showdown, the duel, head to head, eye for the eye. Shut up.
But if you just step into my office, it's far too late for that, Marty. You had your chance, but now I'm taking over the business. Come on, asshole.
Take that. Oh look, extra money. Nice. You're a great guy. Yeah, he's basically just a generic Liberty City Cox fan, and this mod is always screaming Liberty City Cockroach. So yeah, he's some cool guy, and I'm not going to hurt him since he's a misunderstood hero. He killed a freaking psychopath and disappeared because he got scared my terrible driving abilities. So yeah, that's all up for this 4 missions for now, and next time I continue my journey in Liberty City with Tony Cipriani, and really that's it. So yeah, see you guys later.